Okay, hello everyone. I'm Stan, BD at GoPlus, and it's very nice to see all of you, and it's nice to be here. And yeah, actually, like because of my work role, I've been, like talking and meeting with a lot of users and projects who have the needs of user security. For Web3. And so yeah, so today, I want to share something with you about Web3 user security on users' perspective. So okay, talking about user security, so ask yourself, like, what's the first thing comes to your mind? Right, like, I think most people think like auditing, right? But auditing is actually B2B service, right? But like, actually, user security is B2C. But why most of people think of auditing? Because there's a lack of awareness and education and infrastructure and services, on user security side. So actually, there are many, many risks that the user might be facing when they enter to Web3. So let's take like the user's journey here, right? I believe centralized exchange is the entry for most of the users when they come to Web3. So at this point, users facing the risks that exchanges like going like bankrupt or running with funds or getting hacked. But actually, some users already lost their fund, because they sent their money, to some scam addresses or, wrong address when they, transferring the money out from the exchange. And, then some users, they download their wallet and now they holding their own private key. Okay, so welcome to the decentralized dark forest side, right? And so we said, like, not your key, not your money. And from this point, users have to take care of themselves and take all the risks on their own. So now they might face the risks like, when they interact with some protocol or the apps or websites, they're like phishing sites, scam approval, fake NFTs, honeypot tokens. And also, like, they might face compliance and regulation risks if they interact with some malicious address. And of course, there are many other risks, like we mentioned, like project got hacked, or also like rug pull, or scam airdrop, blah blah blah. So, in short, like Web3 user security is very important because Web3 users are facing risks from many different dimensions and scenarios. So who's going to protect them? And okay, so there are almost 20% addresses, directly or indirectly related to attacking protocols. So here's the question. Would you like to participate in something like this? Or like, how can we achieve mass adoption on this situation? And so what do we have now for Web3 security? What's the situation? So in the entire industry, now we have like multi-million dApps, 10+ million smart contracts, and 100+ auditing firms. So as you can see, we have so little security resources, and they are operating in a low efficiency and a divided manner. So come to the user side, right? There are very limited security service, but so many risks in the journey. Meanwhile, the project parties do not have many user security solutions. But while there are some security builders in this industry, and GoPlus is honored to be one of them. So what is GoPlus building? GoPlus is a Web3 user security infrastructure So we're providing data to support the security builders. So we have security APIs cover two scenarios. One is digital asset safety. So we have the API checking the contract backdoors for the tokens and NFTs. For example, see if that's honeypot, see if that's malicious, see if that's a mintable function or whitelist, blacklist feature, and anti-whale. And also the another scenario, we cover and try to build a safer trading environment. For example, we have API for phishing site, right? And malicious address and the apps, and also come to the wallets. We have approval, revoke, and also signature decoding. So now we support 21 chains and have detected 3.8 million tokens, and the API data call in the peak days, right, have reached 20 million, and there are more than 2.5 independent IPs have called Go Plus API. And back to 2.5 years ago when we just launched the API, so the data call per day was 2,000. So what's trending, right? So there was a 10K growth, times growth in the API calls. So user security needs are constantly increasing. At the same time, due to the development of technology and applications, user interaction scenarios have changed. So that has brought new user risk scenarios. So for example, right, intents are the new features for transactions, and there will be new security needs after that. So what's the challenge here, right? So users need more security services and applications to cover the increasing scenarios. And for the business side, people now need more accurate and reliable data, but it's hard for them to choose and verify when there's a conflict. So how to solve the problems? We understand that we have our own capability, and one team cannot do everything on its own. So think about this. What if we build a decentralized Web3 user security network, and then everyone can participate and share data and verify the data. And also based on this, we could build a security wire ecosystem to support developers to create security applications covering the increasing user security scenarios. So firstly, let's take a look at the security data verification layer. And on this layer, decentralization ensures the data is not controlled and manipulated by a single entity. So enhancing the trust and reliability, and anyone can join the network as a data contributor or data verification node. So this will help the network to reach a consensus. So in the SecWell ecosystem, developers can develop security services based on the verification data, analysis engines, developer tools, and many more. So we divide user security into 3 stages, right? So before the event, during the event, and after the event. So which together is a complete user security lifecycle. So these services that are developed in the SecWire ecosystem will cover the entire user security lifecycle. So for example, risk detection before the event, transaction simulation, firewalls, on-chain monitoring, during the event, and assets tracking and insurance after the event. So also we have launched a security ecosystem market as a platform for SecWare, aggregating security applications and services for users, developers, and project parties. So we all understand that there's no absolute security and the scammers will always be there. So let's keep building security awareness, developing the technology and implementing education to increase scam barriers and the cost, right? So one day when the cost of scams activity always the potential gain on an average scale. So maybe that day we can see a significant reduction on, in scams. And I'm hoping a good security ecosystem can lead us there. Okay, thank you.